Hello, 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 everybody. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and you're watching the Anonymous Liberty Media. Wow. It looks like the CEO of Google is getting a really earful by the Senate Judiciary Committee. Big time. Because over censorship. Yeah, and things like that, of course, but the CEO of Google has been a handful with a lot of people. A couple occasions he turned down. He got the subpoena, but didn't arrive. Go because he felt like, well, I'm a CEO of Google. I don't have to go. Well, too late. You're going, and you're going to like it. So it's kind of like singing Ugnaught with a lightsaber. Very ugly. See? This is Ugnaught with a lightsaber. Very ugly. Now, it seems that this guy is trying to give a really insane excuse. Most of the heads of tech companies, like Twitter and Facebook. Now, we carry our devices with us every day. Like I said before, many times. Some of us carry iPhones, some of us carry Android devices. Okay, Android is open source. Apple's not. You would see phones, companies like HTC, Samsung, BlackBerry, ZTE, Alcatel, and so on and so forth, and Motorola. Because Android is open source, which means a hacker can use the Android operating system to download the Linux software and turn one's device into a hacking device, which is not too bad, really. But this is about censorship. Okay, censorship. Okay, now Google owns a parent company, YouTube. Okay, it's a video uploading sharing site. It's also an app too. So if you carry see, you can also carry it on your phone too. You could upload. You could do video and upload it through your phone, your tablet. The CEO says that the people that uses the system, the Google system, have control. They give us control. They say they give us control of our own gobbledygook. But really, if you look at what Facebook is doing, Atlantic Council, Cambridge Analytica, these two companies are basically got their hand of Zuckerberg's ass, pretty much, But Zuckerberg didn't testify. The CEO of Google testified, and I got here on my phone here. Let's see. Now, let's see here. Okay, Google Plus to shut down early after a new API flaw hits 52.5 million users. Of course, I don't use Google Plus, so I'm good. But in the cases, there's about a lot of Android device users in this world, from North America, South America, Europe, Asia, the UK, and even in the Middle East, there's some that use it in India. They use the Android device, and they who are very tech savvy and who could route their phones to do a lot of shit, hack all kinds of crap. I mean, you have very uh, tech savvy people around the world, even in North America, that uses the Android operating system. It's open source, and it's very good for most. Some who uses the Google the Android software, most of them that use are hackers. They use the device, turn it into a hacking machine to hack whatever they can imagine if they could pull it off. I mean, could you imagine pulling off a hack of a street light or ATM machine? Holy crap! Is it possible? Maybe it's possible, but we're here talking about censorship that Google is doing, and competing with a lot of. I mean, there is some issues here. I mean, you got to think. Holy crap! Here I got it on news here. Let me see here. And Google has a anti-Breitbart plot. Okay. Google CEO Sundar Pichai failed to explain why Google image searches for the term idiot returns pictures of President Trump during a hearing today in the House Judiciary Committee. During a hearing for the House Judiciary Committee, Google CEO Sundar Pichai was questioned by Rep. Zoe Lofgren, Democratic out of California, about a specific Google term. When the term idiot is searched in Google, the images section of the website returns a picture of President Trump. Lofgren asked Pichai to explain this. However, CEO seems unable to do so. See, when a CEO is unable to do so, it means they want to give a reason. Okay. Now, manipulation of the search results of said Lofgren. I think it's important to talk about how search works right now. If you Google the word idiot under the picture, under images, the picture of Donald Trump comes up. I just did that. How would that happen? How does search work so that would occur? Which I replied, we provide search today. Anytime you type up a keyword as Google, we've gone out and crawled and stored billions of copies and billions of pages in our index, and we take the keyword and match it against web pages and rank them based on our 200 signals, things like relevance, freshness, popularity, how other people are using it, and how based on that. Any given time, we try to rank and find the best results for that query, and then we evaluate them with external raters that make sure and that they evaluate it to objective guidelines, and that's how we make sure we process its work. Lofgren replied, so it's not some little man sitting behind a certain figuring out what we're going to show the users, basically a compilation of what users are generating and trying to sort through that information. Which I replied, last year we served over 3 trillion searches. Just as a fact, every single day, 15% of the searches Google sees, we have never seen them before. So this is working at scale, so we don't manually intervene on any particular search result. This, however, did not actually answer Lofgren's question about picture of Donald Trump. President Trump. appears alongside the word term idiot. Google has previously defended their search result relating this particular statement term. When users type query into the Google search bar, our goal is to make sure they receive the most relevant answer in a matter of seconds. So search is not used to set political agenda, and we don't bias our result towards any political ideology every year. We issue hundreds of improvements to our algorithms to ensure they surface high quality content in response to users' queries. We'll continually work to improve Google search, and we never rank searches results to manipulate political segments. Sentiments. The story was done by Lucas Nolan, a reporter at Breitbart News. It covered issues for free speech and online censorship. Follow him on Twitter at Lucas Nolan or email him at inolan@breitbart.com. Now, this, I gotta say, this is such insane shit. I mean, really insane shit, because you gotta think here. They can manipulate I mean, you gotta understand. It's important to know that it is very I mean, this is insane. I mean, this is why quite a few people are are no longer using Google. They're going with Bing and they're going with DuckDuckGo search engine. They're going with Tor search engine because they don't collect any search stuff, But if Bing is, well, might as well go with the yesterday I tried to go into a story about Google's anti-Breitbart um, um, anti-Breitbart plot, going after Breitbart for their 2017 ad BS thing or so. And it's, I mean, look, Google's a good company, okay? I mean, but it's really insane, like my question is this: if you're a tech company, why are you doing this? Why are you um trying to manipulate the search results, and how many people go on how many people use the Google um search engine, and how many people use the Chrome browser? How many? Every day, every week, every month. It's very insane. um I think that there is a very um that's questionable. I think that I would ask these questions. Why there's censorship? Why the bias? You um, it's. I mean, it is. There is a lot of bias, because there is a lot of data collecting, censorship, privacy violations. Um, it's just that when you use these platforms, when you use these tools, okay, Google has a lot of tools, great tools to use. I mean, to learn how to code, to learn how to I mean, the email, Hangout. I mean, Hangout's pretty good. Hangout is a pretty good, not too bad. I like Hangout. Um, but there's a lot of issues there. There's a lot of problems with these tech companies. Okay, now you would think, well, Facebook has becoming too big to fail, too big to even attempt to take down because it's all over the world. You got people from here in North America, South America. You have um, quite a bit of um, Middle East, Europe, Asia, Russia, um, that uses these tools, uses these platforms, and it's important to ask these questions, but they don't want to answer them because they would rather. It's like standing in front of it's like standing in front of a train waiting to get hit. Then all of a sudden, when about to get hit, you move out of the way, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. You just think you just pretend that you're going to get hit. Then all of a sudden, vroom, you move out of the way, and you pretty much make people think you're going to get hit by a train. But all of a sudden, guess what? Vroom, you are out of the way. And the head of these tech companies would rather make you think they're going to get hit by these questions. All of a sudden, they'll move to the side, and then out of the blue, just step side of the question and not give you. See, they know they know the questions. Um, they know the questions are going to be serious questions. Okay, but when you look at these tech companies, from Google to Apple to Facebook to the Silicon Valley companies, you look at them, you're thinking, well, I'm gonna enter for a job. Okay, well, see, a 22-year-old died this week. 22-year-old died. A janitor that was interning at Google died. Only 22 years old. 22 years old. 22 years old. Fuck. I was married at 22 and became a dad at 23. Holy shit. Young man had a life to live. He's life to live. He's a janitor at Google. He graduated with in tech, and smart young man. Um, died too early. Died very young. It's hard when you hear that someone young has died. Okay, no, that's the scary thing. You're young. You got a lot of years ahead of you. You got plans to do things in your life, and you want to do it, but you want to do it when it's time. You got plans. Hopefully, you have plans to find someone um, you love, that you can love, and you can. I mean, it is a very scary thing. It's just like, holy crap, what happened here? Um, it is a very scary thing. Very scary. I mean, I can understand when you're older and you have health issues and shit. This is that time that. I mean, even when you're in the middle age, I mean, anything can happen to them. I mean, the kid had no signs of any drug use or anything, any health issues, but how he died is very mysterious because 22, janitor, Google. I guess I'm wondering if there's a Google curse going on. Now, think about it. How many people that work at Google has died recently? How many within the last couple of years? So far, 4. This young man was number 4. And I mean, it seems that if you look at Google, there's a very hazardous to your health to a degree here. But this young man is 22 years old, just graduated from university in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Steel City, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers and their steel curtain defense. I used to wear a Terry Bradshaw jersey when I was younger. I used to wear it. Saw it at the swap meet. It was a number 12 Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. It's an old jersey from back in the day. I used to wear it all the time. I used to wear it like a badge of honor because I was a big fan of Terry Bradshaw. Still am to this day. I think that there's a lot of issues going on with even in sports. I mean, holy crap! You will see these athletes act really insane. Like there's a few videos where athletes are like in La La Land while live on TV and shit. You had one guy just standing there like this, while holding the basketball in his hand. He's like this, just standing there, not moving, not talking, but breathing. Okay. And there's another ball player. This like at the playoff or championship win and whatnot. They're at this press conference and talking to reporters and shit. And one of them is just like this, just a blank stare. Like, is this guy okay? I mean, look at Cardi B. She's talking, all of a sudden she's like talking about, all of a sudden, like something snapped in her head to get her to, like, fuck. I love technology, but I'm also afraid of it too. I mean, you can't be saying, well, I like technology, I'm not afraid of it. Well, to be honest, you should be. You should be. Oh, what the hell is this? Sheryl Sandberg 009. Cheryl Kara Sandberg is a American Technology executive, activist, author, and billionaire. She is a chief operating officer at Facebook. Why is this bitch following me? I'm gonna block her fucking ass. Yes. Holy crap. I got bias here. Okay. I like Instagram. I do. I like Facebook. I like them all, but to a degree, there's a little problem. A little problem. And as I was saying a little bit ago, the CEO of Google testified to the House Judiciary Committee, and testifying over privacy issues, recording information, data, sucking it up like a Sears shop vac. I mean, just really just sucking up data like a Sears shop vac. That's pretty damn bad. Very, very bad. And I just don't understand. I mean, we use these tools. You know, Google has these tools. Like it has email. It has the Google. I mean, Google Plus. It has all kinds of stuff. It has Google, which I don't use. Gmail's okay. Google Maps is okay. YouTube's okay. Google Play Music, Duo, Google Pay, and others like that. Google Photos. I mean, they're okay. Just that, I mean, they're not the best in the world, But I still think that I would rather, just accept understand that they're going to do what they can to make money. Don't matter what. Don't care about who. Don't matter. Okay. Of course, yeah, they track people. Yeah, they collect information. But they're doing it in a very, very stupid way. Okay. Now, we are straight up, straight up insane. Okay. Facebook does it. Okay. Collects information on Facebook collects information on people that don't use Facebook or Instagram. Okay. Does Twitter? I don't know. But the insane part is this. There are so many. I got moves. Fuck. There are so many questions. The Facebook, yeah, they collect on people all the time, even when they don't have a Facebook account or anything of that sort. They do it because it's all about revenue. It's all about what can they get from you and use, and it's about whatever it is. And it is insane because you are the product. You are the product of it is so insane in the membrane. So for show's right, insane in the membrane. Let me Let me see here. Insane. Come on.
You're trying to get crazy with this shit. Don't you know I'm local?
Hearing that song, it really makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of people that are insane in the membrane, and they are these big technocrat CEOs. Man, I tell you what, I couldn't handle being a CEO. I couldn't handle being a head guy because when you have all that power, I mean, when you're a level of control at a company like these tech companies in the Silicon Valley, and you have so much in here, you got so much on your mind what you want to do, but also you have other other companies that want to get inside your head, put in their ideas in your head, and to use you for their own agenda, like what they're doing with Mark Zuckerberg. See, Mark Zuckerberg may be a billionaire. He may be a co-founder of Facebook, but right now he's a puppet of two other companies. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg is a puppet of the Atlantic Council and Cambridge Analytica. Those two companies have their hands up his ass and pulling the puppet strings. All right? That's what's happening. And it's like the tech companies are pulling what these are doing to the politicians that they have in their pocket. They're pulling strings, and they got their hands up their ass. They got their hands up their ass. So that's what they're doing with Mark Zuckerberg. They got their hands up his ass because he's doing what they want him to do. He's a slave himself of his own power. And think about it. The Atlantic Council and Cambridge Analytica have their hand up his ass. And they'll tell you, oh, yes, we got this hand up his ass. It's fact. And even Apple, they've gone the route to, I mean, they removed Tumblr from the App Store, but even though I got it on my phone. No, remember they said they removed Breitbart from their app? I got Breitbart because they supposedly removed Breitbart from their app store. Remember that? Apple announced that they removed the Breitbart news app from their app store, but if they really said they did it, how come I got it on my phone? If they removed the thing from the app store, would they remove it from every phone or every tablet they got? No, the iPhone and iPad. It's possible. I mean, and then Infowars. I mean, it's like holy crap. I mean, could you imagine that shit? No. Let's see here. Infowars. Okay. Info Wars. Search. Got the Rebel Media. Right Wing News. Truth Seeker, the alternative Truth Seeker. Trump Tracker. Truth Seeker Pro. Info Weapon. All for $2. Telegraph. My RS, that's another news. I mean, it's like no InfoWars. Okay, let's go to the podcast. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to InfoWars podcast. It says InfoWar, Renegade Talk Radio Network. There's InfoWar, but not InfoWars. Let's see here. The Alex Jones Show. No. There's a Jesse Lee Peterson, the Chris Spangle Show, the Tim Black at Night Show. There's the Fox 1340 101.5 Knoxville. That's Fox Sports. The David Feldman Show. The Virgo Show. The Shane Show. The Christopher Scott Show. The Tom Woods Show. Jason Seppelman. Who are these podcasts? There's the Christopher Scott, Tim Woods, Rich Eisen. Talk about the Alex Jones censorship bullshit. I mean, there's a lot that's let me see here. But these tech companies, I mean, you see, there's Facebook, Twitter, and Google had their heads of their company testify. How come they didn't go say, Mr. Tim Cook, how come you censored Alex Jones and shit? You know, why the platform of InfoWars and shit? You know, why going after because if Steve Jobs was alive today, would he do the same thing? I mean, would he censor somebody's free speech? I mean, it does come to question. He was around when the first iPhone was built, was released. The second iPhone came out. What? Was he? Was he around when the iPod? He was around for the first. Was it 2, 3 iPods? When did he die? To be honest, as a fan of Apple, I really miss the guy because it's a fucking genius. I mean, you have hackers from back in the day. These were tech guys like Bill Gates. He ended up selling out. He ended up going from a techno nerd to a sellout. He sold out. He has an agenda. A guy who was a hacker ended up selling out. He ended up selling out. I mean, shit. I mean, you gotta think, you know. I mean, you look at these companies, and you kind of wonder. I mean, they make $1 billion. They make $1 to $1 billion. Then all of a sudden, their mood changes. They become more arrogant, ignorant, and egocentric. I mean, shit. Don't get me wrong. To be honest, don't get me wrong here. I think that, you know, we're in the right place in this world, technically. But you have tech companies who are in the bowel of hell when it comes to these. When it comes to the government bureaucrats who would blackmail you if they don't get what they want. They're like a big bully at the playground who would manipulate you to giving you what you want, what they want, even though you refuse. They will find a way to ruin your life because they're the big bullies in the playground. They want to keep you from talking, keep you from doing what you want to do. It's like big bullies with billions of dollars up their ass that they're willing to spend just to shut you the fuck up. Big money. Big money can do a lot of shit. Pay you to shut the fuck up, pay people to shut you the fuck up, or just basically take you to the woodshed and put a round through the back of your skull and hide your body. Because money can make people do a lot of stupid shit. Especially if they threaten your job. That too can be a big a tip of the scale. And tip of the scale, shit. Even if you're just a guy who wants to do just wants to work, loves his job, but there's people that would threaten his job if he didn't do what he or she has to do, because a lot of dumbass motherfuckers who will do anything just to shut you the fuck up. You speak out, you're fired. You lose your job after 5 years. Was it 3 to 5 years? You're making some pretty good money, enough to buy a house, enough to feed your family, enough to put your kids through college, and all that goes away because the heads of your company that they work for ends up threatening not just your livelihood but your life. I mean, you can be loyal as can be to the company. Work hard to get a promotion. And when they notice you're busting your ass, you're rising you're in their eyes, you're a new rising star. Even though you don't see that, you see yourself as someone who's busting his ass to provide for his family, and then have a 5-year plan when you retire. 5-year plan. Now it's a 10-year plan. Now it's a 20-year plan. But I mean, yeah, Google's a good company. YouTube's a good company too. So is Apple. So is Facebook to a degree where you make some freaking money, but when your heads of the company you're working for end up having you dig up dirt on somebody because they deem them as undesirable, deplorables and shit. Because they want you to do what they want you to do, even though it's uncomfortable. And if you don't do it, it might cost you your job, your reputation, even your life. I've always been a big fan of these old school Volkswagens. This could be, I've always liked these little panel wagons, or the Samba bus or the microbus, and you could modify these things to be a sleeper. They could look like just ordinary van, but under the hood, something mighty scary under the hood. That van might be pulling out 1,000 horsepower, and all of a sudden, it might be driving a badass muscle car, but when the light turns green, you see a big old panel van or microbus burning out and going 0-60 in 3.2 seconds. All of a sudden, you're like, fuck, that thing has something up his ass. You know, I've always wanted a Android device. Always wanted an Android smartphone, but I never thought I would get one this year. And I mean, I got apps on this phone that I couldn't get on my iPhone or my Windows phone. But I do miss my Windows phone. There's times I wanted to go back to my Windows phone because I could do a lot more with it because I use a laptop with the Windows 10 on it. And a lot of people are saying that Windows 10 is pretty good. Do I like Windows 10? I like it too. I like it too. But I would like to, I've always wanted to have a lot of fun. You know, Windows is pretty good. I like Windows. I do. It's reminds me of my BlackBerry. But um, even though I got it, some right here. I've had it for a couple of years, but I haven't got rid of it yet. I refuse to. But even though the back looks all funky looking, I still like this phone. Um, it's a big screen. I don't know if I should go back to it. It's an Alcatel One Touch First XL running on Windows 10. That's why I still got it. Don't want to lose it. This is my first smartphone. It's a BlackBerry Curve 9300. I've had it for almost 10 years. The first phone that I used to do videos on YouTube, on YouTube and stuff, and and it still works. Still work too. Um, I this was like my daily driver for a long, long time before I got my HTC Windows 8X, and I kept it because I kind of like the nostalgia of it, the nostalgia, and it's a decommissioned phone. I wish they still make these phones, but as you see, it's a smaller screen and stuff like that. So, but BlackBerry is using the Android Android operating system, and it's open source. I think the idea of open source is pretty good. One of the phones I miss is the BlackBerry Z10. It's one of my favorite phones. Um, I mean, it is a very unique phone. I like it. You know, I like the phone, and um, but there's so much things I miss about it. I mean, it's like the Z10 came out around was it 2011, 2012, in there. Um, really, I really miss that phone. I got one, but it needs to be repaired. I got a black phone by Geeks Phone in Sunset Circle. I don't know if I should go back to that phone because it's where I could use it quite a bit. Um, um, but I wanted a phone that could do everything that the iPhone couldn't do, or my Windows Phone couldn't do, and I got it. You know, I want a phone where I could surf the web on it and not have to worry about my data being siphoned up like a Sears shop back or something like that. I wanted to be able to surf the web anonymously. I know that Google has been known to track people, and I've learned how to not to get tracked. Um, I use uh, I don't use the Google browser, the Chrome browser. I use Firefox Focus, or sometimes I'll use or Fox. I don't use the Google Assistant. I use Cortana. I don't use the Google search engine. I use Bing, and I like Bing. It's a very cool thing. I like it because it reminds me of that you could use Bing on the old Windows Phone 8X, and um, Daily Express says Google Chrome will soon be radically changed by a total design rival. Let's see here. Google Chrome will soon be radically challenged by a redesigned version of Microsoft Edge that will run on the same engine as God dang it. Let's see here. We'll be running on the same engine as the here. Google's Chrome will soon be directly challenged by a redesigned version of Microsoft Edge. That will run on the same engine as the Mountain View firm's browser. It has been confirmed. Google Chrome is the most popular internet browser in the world on both desktop and smartphone platforms. In fact, Microsoft claims last year Chrome has been used by 63.6% of desktop and laptop users. Moreover, it added a same period of 63.03% of mobile users adopt the use Google's browser for internet browsing. In comparison, Microsoft Edge is claimed to have been harnessed by 4.34% of laptop and desktop users. But it appears part of the effort to challenge Chrome dominance, Microsoft is going to redesign its Edge browser to run on a V8, JavaScript, and Blink engines, same software as used for Chromium. In a report discussing the move on The Verge, the publication declared Microsoft has been planning the move for at least a year. The outlet added a new version of Edge would arrive on Windows 10, 7, and 8, and is expected to arrive next year. Chrome internet dominance has led the web developers' optimism their software for the browser, meaning sites run smoother on overall. Explaining this decision from Microsoft, Joe Belfour, the Vice President of Windows, said, "Ultimately, we want to make the web experience better than for many experienced audiences." People use Microsoft Edge and potentially other browsers will experience improved capability on all websites while getting the best possible battery life and hardware integration on all kinds of Windows devices. And so if you're part of a non-open source community, if you're part of the open source community developing browsers, we invite you to collaborate with us to build, as we build the future of Microsoft Edge and contribute to the Chromium project. We are excited about the opportunity to be an even more active part of the community and bring the best Microsoft forward to continue to make the web better for everyone. It is worth noting Microsoft Edge will remain the name of the firm's browser. Edge users will not notice any design alterations. Instead, the biggest improvement should come with the client's overall speeds overall. Joe Belafori went on, if you're a Microsoft Edge customer, there is nothing you need to do as the Microsoft Edge you use today isn't changing. If you're a web developer, we invite you to join our community to installing preview builds when they're available and stay current on our testing configurations. We expect to have a preview built ready in early 2019 for you to try for yourself. Let me see here. Do you remember at the end of the movie Forrest Gump where he got married? He married the woman that he had a crush on and fell in love, and what was the love of his life throughout his life. Jenny, let me see here. see. Okay, when President Carter collapsed due to Howard's auction, the day he got Denny's letter after the race of the year and a half, we know because we hear the news of President Reagan's assassination attempt. What happened on March 30th, 1981? Okay. Uh, let's see here. Let me see here. Trying to find when Jenny died. Now, Jenny was Forrest Gump's love of his life, and let me see here. Okay, let me see here. Let me see here. I think they should have done a sequel. Let me see here. Trying to find out where. Okay, Forrest Gump in his Vietnam War era in Vietnam. Okay, Lily can. Let me see here. Well, she died. She died, and let's see here. Forrest Gump meeting his son. Let's see here. Now there was a now now I know Jenny in the movie went through a lot of um a lot of stuff in her life, and so when did Jenny die of? I mean, I know that she had a lot of she took a lot of drugs throughout her life, and she was told Forrest Gump that she was sick. She had a disease, and but I tell you what, I would love it to have that boat in the movie though. Um, like okay, let's see here. When Jenny Curran and Forrest Love's infant dies in the movie, it was very tragic, something confusing character's death. All audience knew that she died only 1 year after two finally got married. Hmm. Because it was very stated how she died exactly. Everyone started having their own speculation theories since the movie takes place during the AIDS crisis in the United States. Most people believe that was cause of Jenny's death. That this wasn't author's content. However, you would know that you read Groom's sequel novel, Bubba and Company, and its sequel. It was revealed that Jenny died of hepatitis C when she got because of her drug usage. And Hep C is what Pamela Anderson has. And Hep C is a very, very scary disease. I mean, Hep C is it's like the top scariest area of hepatitis and shit. It's like there's 4 stages of cancer. The third, fourth stage, there's a good chance you could die. Big time. I mean, first stage, you take care of it in intermission. Okay. But people thought she had AIDS, but it was Hep C from her drug uses and shit. This morning we got heard that Google CEO testified and pulling a I mean, really, really grilling. I mean, I think the tech companies need to realize they're not above the law. Okay, they're censoring conservatives. That's why a lot more are leaving Facebook. They're leaving Twitter. But there's one. There's one that I do recommend, and it is called Parler. Parler. It's called Parler. And huge so I do recommend checking out Parler on your device. Let me see if there's on here on the Apple device here. Apple. Let me see here. Let me see here. Parlor. Yeah, it is. It's a social talking app, and it says texting, chat with strangers anonymously. I don't think so. Check out Parler, guys. It's a new, but if not, there's a one called MeWe. MeWe's another one. It's up there with Having Minds. It's worth to check out. You're not censored on these platforms, but you can get censored on Google and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all the other shit like that. Whatever, what reason that may be. Yeah.
If Apple called you, don't answer it. Because there's been people calling and pretending to be Apple. And so Apple's...
You want to tell them that?
And so Apple's changing their whole number.
Okay.
So if they do call you, don't answer it. That ain't them. It's just scam.
Should I tell them? Okay. You hear that? It's a new. It's a big. It's a scam alert. My boys. Oh, so I'm letting you guys know that if Apple calls you, don't answer it. because if y'all remember me doing a video talking about the whole raid on call centers on people that are claim to be from Apple and Microsoft and other companies like that sort, and big scam. So Apple is now going to change their number, and Microsoft is doing the same thing. They pretty much really changing their. I mean there's a lot of scammers out there trying to claim they're from these companies like Apple, Microsoft, other companies. So if you get a call and don't buy into it, call their bluff, call them out on it, and because it's just like if you get a call from the IRS saying you owe some money, which you really don't. It's all these scammers trying to make a buck. It's just that they're also using social media to do this shit. They're using fake profiles to get money from people. iTunes cards, Amazon card, all kinds of shit from people to make a buck. I caught one the other day, and turns out to be a guy claiming to be a woman. His mistake was actually video chatting with me. Caught him. So I kind of blocked him and then deleted the whole conversation and shit. So they're going to Facebook, they're going to Instagram, they're going to apps like Plenty of Fish. So it's really insane. Why do they do it? Just for a buck. Just to make a buck. Just make a damn buck. Ain't that stupid? Ain't that stupid? So if you go to my channel, to this channel, I think, it's a video here I did. It's let's see here. No, that would be on my original channel. That would be on my Grandmaster Oven channel, and it is. Let me see here.
I gotta do this, right?
It's this channel here. This video here. I got 31 views on it, and she got a subscriber. Watch the rise. So it's but yeah, the Google CEO testified to the House Judiciary Committee and was getting grilled like a roast pig on a grill. And They know how to dodge questions. They were trained to do it. No, it's kind of funny how your company, your tech company, and you're selling a product. Okay. Example: smartphone, laptop, and before you could even sell a product, you get a visit from these agencies, and they want the first crack at the devices so they could go through it, work at it, see what they can do to kind of tap into it from their end. And they will do anything to get what they want. See, these agencies are kind of like the big bullies in the playground, and they will bully you. They will blackmail you anyway to get their way. And big bullies. So, well, this is going to be an end of the video here. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and hit the bell for notification. And if you've got this transmission, you are the resistance. All right? Remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out. Revving out.